And we are back, New Pack City, Hawks fans worldwide. Welcome back to your favorite weekly Hawks Hoopcast. It's game day, March 23rd. I go by Lou Starsky, a.k.a. Chairman of the Boards. We got a great show for you today. Got some guys coming in to talk some Hawks hoops with you. Broadway Trae, the mayor of New York, is reportedly going to name his first daughter Madison. He absolutely shined in New York, setting records and taking names, talking trash to the fans as always. It was his first game back in the Garden, and he excelled and was right back where he was in the playoffs. That was good to see. The up and down performances continue and to mar the season. We win one, we lose one, we win one, we lose one. We'll talk about that. Also, Gallo is out for today. He has been one of the his post play has been, probably the second most important facet of our offense. So it will be interesting to see how we respond to that news. Bogey had a huge game yesterday. He's also on the injury report, but we should be okay with him. But it was his first good game in a long time, and that was well needed. And so hopefully he's out of his shooting slump, and we'll talk about that. And I'm also going to talk to the guys about Jalen Johnson and his disappearance. It just doesn't seem like he has no chance of entering the rotation this year at all, which is surprising given the year that we've had. And then we'll talk about the game coming up. Basically, we'll talk about Cade Cunningham, containing him. And with all that said, first, hit a thumbs up for your boys. Like, share, subscribe. Go, do all the fun stuff. Definitely interact with us in the comments. Mike's going to be checking them out today and putting them up on the big board so we can talk about it. So this is your show for the fans, by the fans. So without any further ado, let's bring in the guys. What is going on?
Yo.
Well, that was a week. I mean, 4 games in a week. That's a good time. A 2-2 record is not so good. We started off with that tough Charlotte loss right after last week's show, and Trae had a bad game. The defense was geared toward him that game. PJ Washington went nuts, but we were still in that game, so that was good to see. Against the Memphis game, that was a big surprise. Hot start without Trae. DeLone Wright has a big game. So that was a big win. Then we played New Orleans, and big letdown, it seemed like. We played them at home, and to me, that was a really bad loss. They had no Zion, no BI. Jose Alvarez from Georgia Tech, for God's sakes, was giving us issues. But we tied that game with a minute left, and we had another opportunity to win, and we got to get better at closing games. And then we had the Knicks game, which happened last night, and I'm sure that's fresh in everybody's mind. So let's get into it. What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Not much. Just wait for this next game, and go Hawks. Let's talk.
Well, we're back at 500. Had a couple of blown opportunities to make it above 500. Is this the day that we go above 500? What do you think?
I think so, man.
What's up, man?
So what do you think?
I think we can't go above 500 if we don't play Jalen Johnson and Sharif Cooper.
Stop it. Anyways, Mike, this game right here, who you betting on to go off on the
keep and focus more on developing instead of winning. Let's focus more on developing rookies and trying to make sure that they're good instead of trying to win games.
We obviously got alter ego.
I don't know which way he going. I don't know if he's serious.
I don't think he's serious.
Man, let's get to the point, man. Listen, I'm finna go roll real quick. Let me say something real quick. When you're trying to compete, right, you don't have time. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm correct, we were supposed to be contending this year at the beginning of the season, according to everybody in New Pack City, because last time I looked, everybody said we was going to win 50 plus games. So
I was in the 40s.
So you don't have time to develop rookies. Developing rookies mean game time, okay? Jalen Johnson get plenty game time down there in College Park, okay? I don't know why people think this dude is about to be our savior, okay? Listen, is he a good player? Yes, he's a good player. Can he help us now, right? Can he help us now? Let's be honest here, bro. He too small to help us on the rebounding. Okay. And on the defensive side of the ball, you know, it's a team thing. So even if he's a good defender, he's still gonna look bad because guess what? It takes the team to defend. Just like we've been looking bad, all season on the defensive side of the ball. Okay. So all this you gotta develop. No. And another point I need to make is this. All these teams that's contending for championships, that's playing rookies, they played them rookies out of necessity. Go look at they were injured. So they played the rookies because they had to. Brooklyn played rookie because they had to. They didn't go into the season and say, you know what, guys, we're gonna make sure that Cam, what's his name, for the Nets get 20 minutes a night. You know what, guys, at the beginning of the season, we're gonna make sure that pick a random rookie on a contender team is gonna get 20, 30 minutes a night. Okay. I said on a contender. Toronto not contending. Okay. Toronto down there with us. They like 4 games better than we are. Okay. And now my point is this: you want to develop players, go watch Orlando, go watch OKC. They got tons of rookies who getting hella minutes that you can watch grow over the season. Okay. But Jalen Johnson, is he developing? Yes. That's why I want him staying in the G League. Why bring him up to come in and play 2 minutes here, 4 minutes here, 5 minutes here? Guess what? Let me tell you what's going to happen tonight. No JC, no Gallo. I guarantee you if Jalen Johnson even sniffed the court today, he won't play more than 5 minutes. Okay? And Nate said that at the beginning of the season. We done developing. What does he mean by that? Since people like to play dumb all of a sudden, when he said it at the beginning of the season, no one had no issues. Because let me go back and look at them when they posted it in the group. I ain't seen nobody say, oh, hell no, Nate, you need to play Jalen Johnson.
Nobody was saying that.
Nobody said that.
I think you made several great points. One of them is he's going to get more playing time in the G League, which he is. He's doing pretty well, and that probably spurs some of the anticipation of him being on the big team. But you're right. He's not a real basketball player. He's kind of like JC. So he's not really special at shooting the ball. He's not special at driving the ball. He's a really good athlete that knows how to play basketball. And so I think the only detrimental thing is that him not getting that type of playing time won't allow him to develop in a way that a JC did. So we are behind on with his contract, but I don't think that matters to our business. We were going to talk about this right before we went into the game preview, but you know, Jalen Johnson is an enigma because so many people clamor for him, but we don't even know what we have with him. And I don't know why we think that he's going to, facilitate a difference in our team.
Because, man, like I be trying to tell cats, man, when you get drafted, the main thing you concerned with is just like the boy Halliburton said, I don't want to get drafted by the Hawks because I ain't going to have an opportunity. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you could actually blame drafting Jalen Johnson on you can blame it on Travis, because I'm like, why would you draft Jalen Johnson, right? Unless you're just taking best player available. Why would you draft him when you just re-signed Collins to that long deal? You got Gallo. You got him for what? Now I could see
another 3 years actually.
I'd see if he would have got him because we let Collins leave, or we traded Collins, or say Gallows for some reason say he can't play but 5 minutes or something like that. But why did he draft him in the first place when you already heavy at the power forward position? You see what I'm saying? And everybody over here, Jalen, listen, and people keep posting these damn G League stats, man. G League stats don't matter, bro. I mean, Langston Galloway just went for 35-40 the other night. Okay? It's time to go subscribe to the G League channel, and you'll see all these dudes with all these crazy numbers. Okay, and guess where they staying at? In the freaking G League. Okay, it's about opportunity. Travis should have been drafting somebody who could help us now. Jalen Johnson to me is like is a player for the future. Say 2 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when he might get a lot of playing time next year, depending on what we do with Gallo. You know,
and I think Gallo has proven himself to be extremely valuable, and I'd be surprised if he's not part of our team next year. But he's also a solid trade piece.
So, I mean, but I'm just getting tired. It just get repetitive, man. Every week, where's Jalen Johnson? You know, you go to College Park, you want to watch Jalen Johnson. Go to College Park. He's gonna give you 30 minutes a night down there at College Park, okay? And you can see all the Jalen Johnson you want. But guess what? It's time to get over that. It's time to get over that. Instead of worry about Jalen Johnson, we need to be focused on why these current dudes can't beat the Pelicans. Why these current dudes who making 200 million, 125 million, 60 million, why they can't beat the damn Spurs? That's what we need to be concerned. But everybody, well, we got to develop. For what? How is he going to help us right now? He too small to help us on the boards, okay? The defense, you need team to play defense. It don't matter how many good defenders we got, because they be tricking off on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm trying to see how. I think people just want to see him just to see him. They don't care. They just want to see him just to see him. And these dudes keep talking all this nonsense. Well, they playing they rookies. Yeah, because they had to. When we had the opportunity to play our rookies, they caught COVID. That's why we was playing with the G Leaguers. You feel me? My bad, man. I had to get that off my chest, man, because every day,
we were going to talk about it. No, it's all good because we were actually going to talk about it. So we just bumped it up to the top one. And we got a superstar for the first time on the show.
Hey, my boy Analyst in the building.
Yes,
What's up?
Give everybody a little small introduction. You be doing the post game with Damon pretty solidly and have a lot of good takes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be on here for the first time.
Excellent. Well, we are in the middle of recapping the first week. We kind of got Damon kind of went rogue and brought us to the Jalen Johnson conversation, which I was going to have anyways, because it is something that, there's 10 games left in that. So, I mean, I did want to talk about his rookie year a little bit, but we're just recapping the first week. Was there, or this last week, was there anything out of those games that you felt that we should be talking about? I mean, Trae's performance, Trae's absence, and DeLon's performance, the way the team played without him. The New Orleans game, without Zion or BI, we lost after being tied with a minute left. The Knicks game. Is there anything that you saw?
Yeah, I feel like if we go back to the Memphis game, I do feel, I feel like that I expected us to play with a different pace with Trae not there. Just knowing the team from the past, knowing that we just play a different way. I think that the ball moves. When Trae's not in the game, and sometimes that can be a good thing. It's not always a bad thing that the ball doesn't move. But I think that really from that game, we I think that we tried to establish some type of momentum, and then Trae coming in with his turnovers in that Memphis game. I'm sorry, in the Pelicans game. Obviously not, what you want to see, but he bounced back. So I think that this week was a pretty solid week. Some winnable games that we lost, but in the end,
we went 500.
We're at 500 with a chance to get over 500 today. So
we'll see if we can actually do it. Mike, you got anything on that? Or actually, let's welcome in Chauncey. Chauncey, what is up, my man?
Hey, how is everybody? What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. We got into some early Jalen Johnson conversation. I didn't know if you wanted to touch on that.
I think it's kind of right now. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. I think we gotta go on from nothing else. I think you should get some burn. I mean, you know, when you got and when you got your when you got your bigs, when you got your bigs hurting like that, and he's a first round pick, so he's not on a two-way contract.
He's not a big, bro.
But he's playing. Well, a 4 or a 5 is considered a big. I mean, so that's he played a 4, right? Don't he play the 4?
Look at them.
He played a 4. He played a 4, don't he? I don't know. Has basketball changed? Has basketball changed?
Well,
has it changed since this morning?
No.
I'm gonna proceed with what the fuck I was saying. If he's a big, you need to get some burn. That's it.
Well, I don't disagree with that. It would have been okay if we would have had that from the start of the season, but I think this late in the season he's unnecessary, and he's doing better for himself by being down in the G League and actually getting minutes.
I don't disagree with him being in the G League. You can't just sit him over there on the bench and he not get no reps at all for whatever reason, because I know that's a real touchy subject, especially in NPC. For whatever reason, he's not getting any burn. What we don't need him to do is just to be sitting over there doing absolutely nothing. So it makes sense, at least for this first year, to give him a lot of burn with the Skyhawks, so he can keep getting reps. So, but at this point, if John Collins, who's listed as a power forward, is out, Danilo Gallinari, who's listed as a power forward, is out, Jalen Johnson, who is listed as a power forward, need to get a little burn. So,
hey, I got a real quick question before we move on from Chauncey. Is that a statement that you're making with that T-shirt?
This hurt.
The Liberty. Are you pushing for the quarterback from Liberty to be drafted?
Yeah, I'm pushing for him to be drafted. I don't care where he get drafted at. I'm just pushing for him to get drafted. But at this point, Malik probably won't even be there at 8, based on what I'm hearing. Detroit could easily get him at 2. Pittsburgh trying to trade up. They trying to give up the farm to trade up to get him. Carolina is at 6. They want him. Houston needs a quarterback. I think they drafted it at 4 or 5.
Seattle, so you won't be there at 8. Well, we're talking Hawks. I just wanted a real quick. I noticed the Liberty thing, and I was like, I see what he's doing there. It's pretty smart. But anyways, so that was this game. But let's talk about this next game. I mean, Trae absolutely went crazy again in his first game back. I'm calling him Broadway Trae or the mayor of New York, whatever you want to say. I think Rathman said it best. He said when he has his first daughter, he's probably going to name her Madison because he plays so well in that garden.
They do that, man. That's the ultimate troll.
That'd be so cold, bro.
Well, you know what? Chipper Jones did something similar. He used to kill the Mets.
Oh, that's right.
And he named his first boy Shea.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Chipper.
I forgot we already had that in our system.
They used to go at Chipper like crazy in the Mets, man. That's back
Chipper, a real one. He a real one.
He is a real one. And so, as far as Trae's game yesterday, he ties the record. The whole team played great, but if you notice late in the game, we had 2 solid possessions by Gallo, post moves, fadeaways, all that. And I think that is so necessary moving forward for this Hawks team. However we do it, we got to get a post player that's a dominant post player. I'm fearful of today, but I know that we have to win this game, so they'll do whatever it takes. But Gallo being out does not bode well.
It should be that much. You got to win with the soldiers you got, man. You got to win with the coach.
I agree with Damon on that.
I'm
Next man up.
I'm tired of these dudes BSing around, man. You know what I'm saying? They BSing around. Didn't Detroit just come to Atlanta and beat us?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, they beat us up there.
They ain't beat us.
That was in Detroit.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Is that game up there? Or is it here?
It's in Detroit. Today it's in Detroit.
It shouldn't matter, man.
These guys, man, on paper, we look outstanding. Okay. But for some reason, these dudes, man, they don't have that hunger. You know what I'm saying? It's always we like I said about the Falcon front office, man. The Hawks are starters, at least. They're a bunch of reactive dudes, man. They react too much instead of being proactive. Instead of coming out and taking charge of a game, they react to what the other team does. You know what I'm saying?
It's the counterpunch mentality.
Yeah, they need to come out. And they need to come out. Look, sometimes when you out there, when you know you better than somebody in something, you come out there and you be like, I'm finna prove to this dude I'm better than him right now. We ain't finna wait. I ain't finna BS around with this guy. I'm finna let this guy have it right now. That's what our team lacks. They don't come out like that. Now, except for some reason when they play the Knicks, they get all hyped up. You know, when they play the Sixers, they get hyped. But when we play playing those under 500 teams, they just don't have it in them, man. And just like today, you can call it a trap game, whatever type of game you want, but you know, it's up to them to come out motivated, ready to perform, and ready to win.
At this point, Damon, at 36-36, should no game be a trap game?
But you know what I mean, though. You know what I mean? Like,
should no game be a trap game?
It's like when you look at the schedule before the season, then you see back-to-back Knicks, and you go to Detroit, it's like that's a trap game because you expect us to not be 36-36. You expect us to be better, so it's like trap game for a good team, but like you say all the time. I mean, we're what our record says we are, and I think it's going to be interesting tonight what Nate does. Being out, I believe Lou, being out Gallo, being out Collins, does he start DeLon like he did last time? Gallo was out, and then he moved Dre to the 4. But then if you do that, you really have no point guard coming off your bench unless you run Bogey at the point. So it's really a lot of questions that we kind of have tonight. And then like Gallo's our backup forward. He was putting his trust in Gallo to start, but then it's like, okay, now who do we have coming off the bench? I do think that if Jalen Johnson does not get any run, I can see Knox for his size. I can see Knox. I can see Dre Hunter run the 4 with the starting 5, but the whole point guard situation coming off the bench, like I believe that he'll put his faith in Bogey to run the point, but I don't know, like I think he's more of a positional coach.
As a side thing, do you think that will mess up Bogey's rhythm in shooting the ball?
It can, because he may feel like he has to do more as the point guard, but hopefully he understands that all you really need to do is bring the ball to the floor, initiate the offense, and you can still take some of the same shots that you usually take. It all depends on who's on the floor with him. Like if he ends up running like Bogey and Herter together, then maybe you need to move the ball a little bit more to get some of the other guys some shots. But if not, I mean, I think that he'll be fine with taking kind of the same shots that he usually takes.
In my opinion, if he starts DeLon Wright, Sharif Cooper need to be dressed out to get some burn tonight.
Coop not called up, man. He's still down in.
That's true.
Mays
is questionable. Skylar Mays is questionable tonight.
How about this? Start Jalen Johnson.
How he questionable? He don't play.
It's a non-COVID illness. It says.
He on that Lou shit.
Yeah, he on that Lou. He on that Lou Williams.
Start Jalen Johnson.
Well,
just throw him in the fire.
Before we get into the into what we do tonight, with Trae's performance though, is it disrespectful to not even consider him a top 5 MVP candidate at this point?
Nope.
No, it's not disrespectful because of our record.
We 500, man.
We 500, but
We 10 games.
It might be a game below 500 after the night.
Look,
MVP.
we 10 or more games over 500. He's top 2 or 3 MVP candidates because he's playing that way. Yes, well, we
go on a 10-0 run to close out the season. You know, we 46 and 36. So
he done. He ain't getting no votes. Bro.
Guess what? I gave him his name back last night, and I only saw the last 5 minutes of the game. When I turned, because I forgot to set it to record on TNT, so because it's already locked in on Valley. But I caught the last 5 minutes when I got home. It was 99-96. Defense won that game last night.
Yeah,
we got a few of our fans saying, "Oh, you gotta shoot your way to win." John Harris drinking that cheap liquor.
Yeah, he must be drunk when he be saying that. I be like, y'all must be drunk watching the game.
But yeah,
no, I am.
The Hawks made 3 critical defensive stops down the stretch last night. Dre Hunter played great fucking defense. What I saw, because I looked in the group, I saw a lot of complaining about Dre Hunter, but Dre Hunter played some great defense down the stretch last night. I gotta give it to Capella, man.
Yeah, okay. Capella, man. Did you see that block? I know he got blocked shortly after that, but that block against Obi was legit. That was right at the rim.
That one block when he snatched the ball out there. Listen, man, Clint Capella, how good his basketball IQ is, man. And I said this, and I said it last night, man. When they did, I think it was Alex Burke. He was at the top of the key. Trae was on him, and he had went baseline a couple possessions earlier. So Clint saw it. He went. Trae contested, but he didn't know Clint was coming. So Clint read it, went up, and made him alter the shot for a miss. That was the fourth quarter play. And then when we was trying to get back in the game, not back in the game, but we was making our run to take the lead, when Clint got that block, bro, when he went in the air and just took the ball, bro.
Yeah.
Snatched it out.
Yeah, I saw that. That was down. That was a huge block.
Yeah, it was, man.
But whoever was in front of him got a piece of that ball. Who was guarding him? Who was guarding Burks?
I can't remember, man. They had switched.
Yeah, I think it might have been Dre. Got a piece of it, and then Clint just pulled it out there.
Because I was gonna say, a lot of the times they end up switching Trae on Burks, and you know,
for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, they did. I think they tried to exploit that magic because they know they didn't have ball hall Julius Randle, and they needed to find a way to score because they know that their defense is not where it was, and so I think they switched Burks on Trae a lot. And I mean, I saw Trae trying to be a pest out there, but you know, obviously, you know, you're going against a guy who can play small forward with his body, and then you got Trae Young. You know, it don't really go well.
Yeah, and with the Clint and Obi block, just a little side note. They had a little, I don't want to say confrontation, but basically, you know, Clint wagged his finger in his face, and Obi was like, "Hey, man, don't do that no more, and I'm gonna catch you." So that's an interesting little side note. So we should be able to watch that next season.
Nobody give a damn about no damn Obi.
Yeah. Obi barely playing. What he talking smack? He can't even get 20 minutes a night.
Yeah, I'm gonna wag my finger in your face. Sent y'all home last year.
Get your ass up out of here, Obi. You can't even get 20 minutes.
We sent y'all home last year, and guess what? We probably put the death nail in them this year because they're like 6 games out.
They ain't gonna play.
Well, then, you know, also in last night's game, you know, we played good defense, but, you know, Bogey had 32 points, and that was huge for us. That was really, really big for us. I mean, he had 32 points, couple threes, some assists, and if we get that type of production from our backcourt, I think we are a legit scare in the playoffs. But if we have Bogey missing shots, we're a different team. We're not a good team. But does that give you confidence that he's over his slump, or is that just more wait to see with Bogey?
I gotta wait to see with Bogey, man, because remember I thought he was out the slump when he had that other big game my mind going blank, and then he came right back and dropped the stinker.
Yeah.
So I need to see him more consistent. I mean, he was on fire last night. I think he was over 50% from the field.
Dude, late in the game, there was a shot that he took and started running back like immediately. I was like, "Oh, that's going in," and it was just flash.
That was
Bogey-
that three that gave us the lead.
Yeah, exactly.
Bogey gave us 32 last night.
Yep.
Look, man, coming off the bench, I'm cool with half of that, bro. Really? 16? I'm cool with 16. 32? Now, of course, you know, the rest of
on only 4 threes, too. So, I mean, he was getting a lot of his buckets moving around.
Okay. That 1-3 he hit, I said, oh, man. Boy, like, I got a little geeked up.
Yeah.
I gave Trae his name back last night.
And you know what? They did it, him and Trae, they did it efficiently. You know, it wasn't no 6 for 25. You know, they shot very well from the field last night, man. And you know what? Thinking about it now, you know, I don't think Trae or Bogey took what I would consider like a bad shot. You know what I'm saying? I think, damn, I sound like Mike right there. A bad shot. That's how Mike be saying it. But man, I always stress that, man. It's just since we're a jump shooting team, efficiency is our game. You know, if we can stay efficient with the shots, then, you know, we can beat anybody, even with our, you know, dead next to last defense, you know. But I was so geeked for Bogey last night, man. It's just something about him coming off that bench, man, and he just coming there fired up, you know.
Bogey seems more relaxed coming off the bench. We know capable of starting, but Bogey out there having fun. You know, you see him the whole game. You see Bogey laughing. So, and guess what? Some people might see that as arrogance or whatever. No, they're having fun. I don't mind the fun. I didn't mind. You know, I don't mind a little bit that Trae is still. You know, I'm taking baby steps on calling him Trae because he will be a little Rayford forever if we lose this game tonight. Yeah. And don't shut me up. I don't care if we go for 90.
You might not want to say that, man. You don't know what Hawk team showing up tonight.
No. It's go time, and it's go time.
Yeah.
Once they get over that hump, see, I compare this season kind of similar to the Braves season, even though the Braves kind of woke up a little sooner than the Hawks, but the Braves, I don't know if y'all remember it or not. The Braves, they were doing the same shit Hawks doing now, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then they finally got over 500, and they took off. This team capable of doing it. This team really capable of winning an NBA title.
Yeah,
I doubt it, but
I mean, you know, well, it's easy to say I doubt it, but
we ain't winning no NBA title, bro.
I mean,
based off of the record, where you can say that, but I look at the way we play high caliber teams. I look at the intensity that we come to play with. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some teams at the top of the conference that I would much rather avoid to around like the Eastern Conference Finals. But listen, if you put us against Miami, I would take us any day. If you put us against a team like Chicago, and then the Celtics, they're really not that good. I mean, they're playing pretty not good teams anyway.
Nobody in the East really scare me. Nobody in the East really scare me in a 7-game series. Okay, of course, Milwaukee. Of course, Milwaukee. You gotta be leery of Milwaukee. But nobody really scare me in a 7-game series because we got so many guys who can score the basketball. Our issue is perimeter, for the most part, perimeter defense. Everybody stayed locked in and engaged. It's okay to go with McMillan's philosophy last year, calm, clear, connected. It's okay. I don't give a damn how lame the phrase is to you. It kind of makes sense. Hey, they lock back in on defense. See, here's the thing. I said this about the Hawks last year. I said it earlier this year. The Hawks got 3, maybe 4 guys that are bucket go-getters. Right? A bunch of folks can get buckets.
Who?
Hawks got 3, maybe 4 guys that are bucket go getters, meaning you can get a stop the bleeding bucket. Hey, you can get a nail in the coffin bucket, or somebody who can get a bucket even when they're having a bad night. We already know Trae Young is a bucket go getter.
Who is?
Trae Young is a bucket go getter.
You're saying his whole name now. Okay, I like it.
Yes. Danilo Gallinari is a bucket go getter. When he's locked in, Lou Williams is a bucket go getter.
I don't know about Lou.
Shit, the hell of you.
I think so. I agree with that.
Lou got personal crap going on, man. He might not be here for the playoffs.
we already know Lou got to get his hole straight and all that stuff. He gonna get his hole straight.
I don't even want to bring Lou back after this.
I don't think. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We can't win no title this year, man.
No,
we are not.
I'm just saying what I feel.
Hold on, Chauncey.
Just seeing, this season, we not even there mentally right now. It's 30. We 36. Yeah. We 36 and 36, and we still struggling to play defense. We still can't get up and beat the teams that we should beat. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the length. When you're looking at teams, when they playing us, when we playing some of these good teams, they starting to figure out how to beat us. They running them bigs at us. You saw what the Pelicans did. They were just running big after big, dominating the boards. They want nothing we could do about it. You know what I'm saying? The thing with us is this, and this is where your point come in at, Lou. We do need somebody who can post up because it gives us another way to score the ball. Look, when our jump shot when Bogey not shooting 50% from the field, when Trae not shooting 50-some% from the field, bro, we can't get points. We can't score. We have no other way to score. So if we do, which goes back to your point, Lou, you got Gallo who will post up, but he don't really play the post like that. Really, he post up and then he do the same thing Colin do. He turn around, shoot a jumper.
Well, let's switch right into that. Conversation. Gallo is out tonight. He has become our low post guy. How scared are we about not having that tonight, Mike? I haven't heard from you in a little bit. What do you think about Gallo being out tonight?
That's big. We really don't have another power forward, so we're gonna be basically undersized. Gallo definitely is an important player. We struggled last night because Gallo was struggling, but once Gallo got a few buckets, that kind of was at the beginning of the
fourth.
Yeah, well, not necessarily the time period, but just the beginning of us taking kind of control of things, and then putting that final nail in the coffin into him. But which is, like I said, just kind of shows the importance of Gallo. I'm concerned about it. We lose tonight, I won't trip personally. If we win tonight, we probably lose the next game. That's just the way I feel right now. We're 500 teams, so it is what it is. Like, we either gonna lose tonight, win the next game, or win tonight.
Just got to get over that mental. Got to get over that mental block of seeing the other side of the mountain, man. Once we see the other side of the mountain, call it tempered optimism, but I think we get over that hump. This could be the start of a run. The 6th seed is definitely not realistic, but I want to just get in that 7-8 range to where we got a little wiggle room in case we have a good, tough, hard game. Refs on their dumb shit or whatever, or Trae having an off night and he go in a little Ray mode. We can get it back together against a. And get the AC eventually. So I'm gonna get off here, man, because I gotta go. This is kind of the tough part of the day for me.
No, I feel you. I appreciate you jumping on, man. As always, part of the group.
We all good, man.
OG Chauncey Loke.
OG Chauncey.
We
Oops.
Let's stay. We're gonna stay Christian. God bless everybody. Lou, you see your man?
I did.
Jose Alvarado. I know
did.
you like a proud daddy.
Oh yeah. I didn't want him to do it against us, but I know
I
he's
didn't want him to do it against us. But that's how y'all always played, though, man. So
yeah.
I'm out, man. So I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Y'all be cool, man.
All right, man. I'll see you in the chat.
Yeah, Lou, I'm about to roll out too, man.
Well, before we do that, if y'all can, we just got one more topic, and that is this game tonight, really, and basically the game comes down. I mean, I guess we'll talk about the injury reports. We got a couple people out, Lou's out, Gallo's out, Bogey's on day-to-day, and so is Skylar Mays. We got the Detroit Pistons. They have a couple of their guys out. The only guy that I would like to see out is Isaiah Livers, and he seems to be day-to-day, so maybe he'll play. And with that said, this game comes down to really just one thing, which is basically just containing Cade Cunningham, it seems like to me. I think if we can contain him.
Bey.
What's that?
And Sadiq Bey, because he tends to hit big shots against us.
He doesn't seem to do a lot against us. I think DeAndre Hunter has his number. Well, Mike, you want to start it off? Since you're in the hot seat anyways?
Oh, I mean, I agree with analysts were saying about Sadiq Bey. They got a few people we got to watch out for. I mean, not having Gallo. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know where you put DeAndre. I don't. And then you got, I mean, Kevin Knox has to play. I don't really want to, bruh.
Can I just say this real quick? You are the epitome. Hold on, real quick. You are the epitome of the exhausted Hawks fan. I mean, you are just.
Might be having me dying, bro. It might be like this, man.
Over here, dude.
Hey, real quick, Lou. Real quick. Hey, before I leave, man, this one Mike. That's why I can't stop laughing, man. Mike be like this, man. They be like, so Mike, what you think of the game? What's going on? Might be like,
head starts shaking.
I mean, shit, man. might be like, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll win the game. Man. If we play the defense, but hey, that's just how I see it.
Mike got
might be funny as shit, bro.
Mike got that coach.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious, man. I mean, we done seen this show so much, man. And I've already said it. I mean, I guess I harp on it in the end. We just need Trae to mature. You know what I mean? Tonight is a game that he can show his maturity. Does Trae try on defense tonight? Does he, you know what I'm saying? Because the Detroit crowd is not going to be there. What's going on? I know everybody else kind of feed off their energy. I think Bogey will play. He probably feel like he, messed up last time in Detroit. And plus, Bogey kind of been on a little run. Anyway, since at least the Memphis game, I mean, I had multiple 30-point games. So I know for sure, too, I want to say more than that. What's that?
Well, I was going to get Damon on here before you went on about the players, but I just wanted to ask Damon, at least do you have a prediction for the game?
What, if we're going to win or lose?
Yeah, and a score?
No, I don't have no prediction, man. Go Hawks.
All right.
Bro, like I say, man, like this team, I don't know who gonna show. I don't know who gonna show up. I don't know. Trae played. He put forth good effort last night, but was that because he was on the big stage? I mean, one thing about real superstars, real legends, they perform at Madison Square and they'll perform at Utah or Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? They don't need that crowd or that TV. They know, hey, I'm out here to make something happen, win these games. So, but I mean, I don't know what team gonna show up. I hope we win. Don't get me wrong, but I don't listen. I'll tell you like this: if I don't bet money on the Hawks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know who gonna show up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I hope we win. If we don't, will I be shocked? No. Will I be upset? I'd be upset because I want us to win. But would I be shocked? I wouldn't be shocked. We just lost to the goddamn Pelicans. We just got blown. We got blown out by the Spurs. We already lost to Detroit. So I mean,
regardless of if the Hawks win or lose, though, you're going to be kicking ass on post game tonight, right?
What? Me and An's gonna be there. We're gonna be in there post game loud. Them player ratings, man. Hopefully,
you're gonna see how you feel then for real.
Oh, you'll know how I feel. Analysts might have to take over tonight though, because I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna already be on Mars or not, but I gotta run, fellas. I got a 5 o'clock appointment at the gym with my homeboy, so I gotta holler at y'all, man.
All right, man.
I catch y'all post game live. Y'all stop in and
appreciate
chop it up with me.
Excellent.
And analyst.
All right, cheers, man.
All right.
And I guess if as far as predictions, analysts, what do you got going on with this game? Do you see somebody shining in this game before we get into his bets?
I do want to first start. I got some lineup predictions first, actually, for tonight's game. One with Bogey out and one with Bogey playing. So if Bogey plays, my starting five, at least this is the starting five I would go with: Trae, Herter, Hunter, Knox, and Capella. Now you may be asking why I'm gonna start Knox, because I feel like Knox is very long, and I feel like he can match up well with Jeremy Grant.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Clint would do his thing against Isaiah Stewart, and then Dre on Sadiq, and then the defense, the little bit of effort I saw with Herter last game, I would feel pretty confident with him on Killian Hayes. Our bench will look like DeLon Wright, Bogey, obviously TLC, Johnson, and Onyeka. That would be my bench. Now obviously Nate probably wouldn't do that. He'd probably just end up taking out Hunter first and then putting him back in to play the 4 later. And then if we're without Bogey, same starting 5, but a different bench, because we also have to take into consideration that Skylar Mays is questionable for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So if Bogey is out, that means that we need a guard to come off our bench. So I'm going to stick with DeLon Wright coming off the bench. Don't know how he'll do. But if Skylar plays, then Skylar will be at the 2. If he doesn't play, I have TLC at the 2. If Mays plays, TLC at the 3. If Mays does not play, TLC at the 2 and Jalen Johnson at the 3, Big O at the 4, and Gorgie at the 5. So I think that is not probably the best bench, but it's what we got. And I think that can be a pretty good grimy group, I guess. To listen, I just want to get a win.
They're going to have to grind it out. Hopefully that Detroit wants to lose games as much as we want to win this game.
Yeah.
So we do have that going in our favor.
I thought that would be the case last game. I was like,
exactly.
Even though we're not playing well, I was like, Detroit was a high draft pick. I was like, pretty soon their tank mindset would start coming up, because I watched Detroit pretty much all season long. Not as much as the Hawks, but pretty close as much as the Hawks. And I've watched them up by 20, up by 25, up by 15. And then all of a sudden, they're down by 10. They're down by 15. It's like, are y'all seriously trying to tank? Detroit's going to be a scary team, by the way. And another guy I want to say before I get into my score predictions, who I want us to monitor, whoever guards him, got to monitor him, is Marvin Bagley. He had a double-double against us last game. It seemed like he was grabbing every board down the stretch. It felt like he was putting every second chance bucket, and he shot over 50% last game. So we got to contain Marvin Bagley. He is going to be tough. He is a former number 2, number 3 overall pick, number 4.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try to play like it, and he'll probably end up coming off the bench with Jeremy Grant playing tonight. But for tonight, I feel like my score predictions vary whether Bogey plays or whether Bogey doesn't play. If Bogey plays, I feel like we obviously win, but I feel like we'll win. I say 119-97. If Bogey does not play, I think we still win, but I think it's more of like 101-89 type game.
Right.
I think that if Bogey doesn't play, I think that we step up a little bit on defense, but we also going to be losing a lot of scoring. So it's like Trae will be trying to, kind of do it by himself, and then, hurt him, make a couple big shots. Then, you'll have Dre hit a 3 or, a 3 or 2, here and there. And then, Clint with it, So I think that if Bogey doesn't play, we're going to lose a lot of offense, and it'll be like in the low hundreds. If he does play, I think that we'll end up blowing him out by almost 30 points tonight.
Nice. What about you, Mike?
Oh man, I'm horrible at numbers and predictions, man.
Let's do something first. Let's do something that you are good at. Who are you betting on tonight?
Oh man, it's kind of what the actual lines and stuff is. Probably leave Cade alone, but Jeremy Grant probably get 20. Yeah, probably bet on that. Let me see who else for the Pistons that I probably think that would be. I mean Sadiq Bey. That's somebody too. But Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey. I like the Marvin Bagley thing off the bench as well. Because like analyst said, he did cause us damage last game. For the Hawks though, I think Trae, do it scoring wise. Now defense, I don't know what he does, but I think Trae give us another 30 piece tonight. I mean, he pretty much gonna have to. I think Kevin Herter shows up a little bit more tonight. Guarantee us about around 15 points. If Bogey plays, I think Bogey continue his hot streak. That's a good bet. That Bogey give us at least 25. I think Bogey does that for us tonight. Clint been doing pretty well recently. I think Clint give us about 12 boards. 12 boards tonight, points wise. Not sure. I think double digits for sure. With Clint, you always okay with touching Clint when Trae playing. If Trae not playing, yeah, that's somebody you don't want to go nowhere near.
He's obsolete. He's
Yeah,
he's a non-factor when Trae don't play.
Because it's like he get his rebounds and points almost off Trae. You know what I'm saying? It's like Trae spoon feeds him, guaranteed at least 10 points off that. And then also too, when Trae misses his floaters or anything like that, the defense is coming over to him, which allow him a lot of times to get some easy boards at times. So yeah, his higher impact type games definitely come with playing with Trae. So but like I said, I think Clint been in kind of a good mode, recently in past games. I think he's been trying to keep up his intensity. So I think we see a good game from Clint tonight. And off the bench, Double O. I think Double O have a good game. I think Double O actually give us some points tonight, not solely defense. Actually get points.
I think Double O's gonna guard Bagley tonight. Either
we need about 18. We need about 18 from him.
Yeah, think we can see Double O at the 4 with Clint? Is that possible?
Nate might.
I don't think it's because we have no other person to sub in for besides Dang to sub in for the centers.
True, but he did also talk about there was a possibility he was going to do that in the Pelicans game. But I think that he should, and then because here's the thing: like when he plays Hunter and he moves Hunter to the 4, all he does is sub Hunter out first, put Bogey in, and then when it's and then after a while he'll take Herter out and put Hunter back in and play Hunter at the 4. So I think that Clint and Double O would be very good actually because we get killed on the boards, and I just want to see it. Like I know Rashad, I don't sound like Rashad. I just want to see it. I want to see us go with a 2 big man lineup and see how effective we are. I guarantee you that's about 20 boards for the time they play with each other. We will be board machines, and then the fact that you can have Onyeka, create a small play around the basket. I think that's really something that we should look at. But I was going to say,
I like that. I think Onyeka starting over Bogey would it strengthen our bench by having Bogey come in, or would we still be obviously a little depleted? But would that give us any kind of balance?
Yeah, I would want to. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I mean, it's cool. I was just gonna say I probably wouldn't start Double O though. I was just saying seeing him in the lineup with Clint for maybe extended periods, times, and stuff like that. But I don't know about start out the game that way though.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, it's kind of funny. I like Knox. I feel like Knox is a guy that he's I won't say like DeLon, right? I think that his size is just what we need. Like obviously when we made the Cam Reddish trade, we weren't making that trade for Kevin Knox. We're making the trade because we're going to get a first round pick in return. But getting Kevin Knox with the deal was just like, okay, well, I'll get a young player. I think that Knox's game is more so stationary shot, catch him cutting to the basket, and just being long and just a presence on defense. Like you can throw him on like a Jeremy Grant, or you can throw him on like a Marvin Bagley because of his size. Now, mind you, I want you to I don't know if you all ever noticed this, but when Knox is in the game, the ball, the person who he's guarding never really touches the ball because of him basically kind of denying the pass before it gets there. And that's one of the things I like about Knox. So I would just throw him into the starting five just to see him at the 4 instead of, putting that pressure on DeAndre and dragging someone else in the rotation off the bench and short, so run Knox at the 4 and then, hey,
do you think him being on the team only for a month, do you think Nate would do that?
Yeah, I mean, probably not start. It all depends so I think that Nate would do it, but it all depends. If Bogey plays, he'll probably end up going with Trae, DeLon, Herter, Hunter, Capella. But if Bogey doesn't play, there is a big possibility there that he could start Kevin Knox at the 4 because of his length, because of his size, or he could start Jalen Johnson, or he could Now, the only way I see him starting 00 with Clint, which I don't even see that doing. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't even see that happening. Is if Gorgie Dang is going to be getting frequent minutes, which listen, I like that he is not afraid to shoot the ball, but I'm not, I know the reason why we signed him was just for a temporary backup. So I like the idea of Knox starting at our 4 because I feel like what he'll be able to give us. And if you give him a couple open shots, he'll start hitting them. Like one of the things I noticed when we gave him some run in the Orlando game is he got to the free throw line a couple times. I like that about him. Listen, I mean, this guy is still young. He came into the league, I think, at 18 years old. I think he's really young. I think he's 21, 22. So I think that he still has a lot of developing to do. Now, do we re-sign him after this year? No, I do not think we re-sign him after this year. But again, I like the idea of him. I think he will fit well with that starting group. I think that he really wants to play a role here in Atlanta. It's a new scenery for him. Why not give him some burn?
Yeah, I like it. And with Trae, yesterday expressing that the mentality that they have is us versus them or us versus everybody. That's what they're going to need tonight. And as far as what my predictions are, I think we find a way to win. I think we do play better defense, so we hold them. And that's going to be the key to us having victory. But I can see us winning a 117, 108 type of game. I think that we take control late. And I don't think this is a blowout by any means. But it's also, a Wednesday. And I'm telling you, this team has checked out. Detroit has checked out. So they could, not give us much pushback, but that is not what we should expect going in. I think we should expect a battle, and I think our guys, we would like to see our guys win that battle because these are the type of games. Every game is going to be a playoff game from now to the end to you're done and retire and on vacation. So with that said, I think I think that the guys get together and they win the game. If it's Bogey having a big game to get us there, or if it's Trae, I think the energy will carry over from yesterday. It's just too easy, and I think we find a way to get the win. And does anybody have anything else to say? I think that'd be a good way to close out the show. Mike, you got something else?
No, I don't have too much to add. I'm not gonna give us a win or a loss. Stamp or anything like that. I'm not gonna say anything like that, man, because I already said how I felt. But as always, because I'm a fan, I hope we win. So I never verbally say the other.
Listen,
like out loud.
When I made my prediction at the beginning of the year, I'll tell you what. I was
How many wins did you have?
First of all, I was trying to be realistic, but I did have a 60+ win season this year. Looking at the
I had us at 49, just for the record.
Yeah, and listen, I think that the only loss I gave us this year, like during the year, like looking like we're not gonna win that game, was the Memphis game that we just prior had. It's like it's crazy because every other game you ask me, hey, do you think, I think we win. I think we come out with intensity, but then we end up not, and then some games we do, and I was just gonna respond to Dave real quick with JC. I think that JC, his contract only is gonna be able to help us. So either, and I'll make this real quick. So either we get a player of the caliber of his contract, or we're going to get multiple players in return to match his contract, which is what I like about like everyone. Why you sign him? Why you sign him? I think that Travis set us up really for success when he signed Collins to that money, because it opens up options for us if we would like to trade him or if he wants to be traded, where we get a guy that's worth $23 to $25 million, or we get a couple of guys that can match that salary that are really good, solid role players, along with a couple draft picks, involved there. So I think that with that, I would not mind shutting him down for the season, unless we get into the playoffs and he's like ready to go. Then
I think this is a good excuse for, if he does come back, to play him as a bench player. I think Gallo has done too much to shore up our offense and our production and our efficiency to just bring JC back, and if he's not 100%. If he's 100%, I'd say go ahead and start it. But I think this would give us a good excuse. And
Gallo can be like Herder. Like if you look at the minutes, Herder is starting, but Bogey's getting more minutes. So it can be one of the things where like Gallo starts, but Collins gets more minutes.
Yeah,
and
I'd like to see Gallo at the end of the game more on. When it comes to that. So I honestly don't really mind JC, but I just want JC to understand that he's not, his offensive game is not as impactful as Gallo's is late in the game. So I just hope that JC can be mature enough, the way DeLon Wright has shown his maturity, to do what's needed for this team. But guys, this is the pregame. Thanks for hanging out with you guys here. We're gonna watch the game and then come back and do it again all over for the post game.
Yep, and it starts in 50 minutes. So
yep, exactly, and that'll do it for the show this week. Join us next week for another show. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the podcast, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe, drop comments, find us on all the socials, and check out our sponsors. Make sure to check out the guys that come on the show. Find them on Facebook, friend them, and talk more Hawks. We are for the fans, by the fans. And with all that said, take care, have a great day, and until next time, let's go Hawks. Let's go Hawks.